there are two ways to formulate the same question. What time is it? You can ask che ora è, or you can ask che ore sono. And both are equivalent to the English what time is it. Now, when you answer the question, you can answer using the singular verb è or using the singular verb sono, depending on the word that you're gonna use. Let's say you wanna say it's noon or it's midnight. In this case, the answer noon, mezzogiorno, or midnight, mezzanotte, is a singular noun. So you must use the verb è. So the question can be the same. Let's say now, let's just go to, let's pretend now we are very close to midnight. So let me add, okay, now is midnight. So I can ask che ora è or che ore sono. If you answer and it's midnight, you have to say è mezzanotte. If you answer and it's noon, you have to say è mezzogiorno. Never sono, but è mezzanotte and è mezzogiorno. Why you use the singular è? Because mezzanotte and mezzogiorno are singular noun. Let's move ahead. Let's go to 1 o'clock. Let me see. Okay, so let me go back 1 minute. So now it's 1 o'clock. You know, like 1 is the only singular number. So che ora è or che ore sono, both legitimate question. It's 1 o'clock. It can be 1 p.m. It can be, 1 a.m. Your answer will be è l'una. L apostrophe una. È l'una. Never sono. Why? Because una, in this case, una, stays for the number 1, uno, and you have to say è l'una, never sono, because una is singular. Why una? Because una goes with hour. In Italian, hour is ora. So ora is feminine, so uno becomes feminine, una. So that's why we have una and not uno. So what time is it? Che ora è? Che ore sono? È l'una. Benissimo. Now, what about all the other numbers? It's easy because what you do, you know that the other numbers, all of them are plurals, so when you answer the time, okay, let's pretend that it's 2 o'clock. Che ora è? Che ore sono? You can use both of them when you ask the question, but when you answer, in this case, you have to say sono le due. Sono le due. So what you use the article plural le, and you use the number, the simple number due. So it's easy. What time is it? Che ora è? Che ora è? Sono le 3. Che ora è? Sono le 4. Sono le 5. Sono le 6. Sono le 7. Sono le 8. Sono le 9. Sono le 10. Sono le 11. Forget now about PM and AM. We can talk a little bit about this later. So, che ora è? Che ore sono? È mezzogiorno. È mezzanotte. È l'una. Sono le 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Okay? Now, let's see how we see the minutes. So it's easy because there is only one thing that you have to do. You must add the hour, the number for the hour, and then the conjunction, Italian conjunction e equal and then you give another number, the minutes. So let's pretend now, okay, let me try to ask you this time. Let's move a little bit. Okay, let's do like this. So let me add another minute. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. Che ora è? Che ore sono? Again, the question. You have an option. Che ora è? Che ore sono? Okay. È, because we have number one, so è l'una e, then we count, and we have 47, so we would say è l'una e 47. No, we have 48, I'm sorry. È l'una e 48. Okay? Now, che ore sono? In this case, sono le 2:48. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do like this. Now, try. Che ore sono? Or che ora è? Sono le 5:19. Benissimo, another one. Che ore sono? Sono le 6:49. And so on. So it's easy. Sometimes Italians like to replace 15, no, a quarter, with the word a quarter. So instead of to say e 15, you will say e un quarto, and a quarter, e un quarto. So let's try this. Let me go back. Okay, let's see. Okay. Che ora è? Che ore sono? Sono le 7:15. You know that you can say the same thing. Sono le 7:15. Okay. Now, what about 2 quarters? So let's just go here. Che ora è? Che ore sono? Sono le 7:30. Or sono le 7:30. It's up to you. You can use mezzo or you can use mezza. Sono le 7:30 or mezza. Che ore sono? Sono le 8:30 or mezza, and so on. So 30 is mezzo or mezza. So you can say sono le 8:30 or sono le 8:30. Sono le 8:30. Okay? Now let's see the 3/4. Okay, let's add another 15 minutes. So, che ore sono? Che ora è? Sono le 8:03. Sono le 8:03. And 3/4 equal 45. Okay. Sometimes, but it's not very frequent, you can even say in this case, for example, let me see, we can count back. So let me just add this. Okay, let's pretend like this. Che ore sono? You know that you can say Sono le 8:50. Perfect. You can say the same thing, no? Counting, no, back. So you take the number 9 and you do minus. So meno. Sono le 9 meno, and then you count here 10. So sono le 9 meno 10. Is it really frequent? Not really. Do we use this all the time? No. We can use up to 15 minutes. So, for example, okay. I can say, no, in this case, sono le 9 meno 15. Sono le 9 meno un quarto, because you know that 15 is also a quarter. Un quarto 15, un quarto 15. So if you have like plus, it is un quarto. If you have minus, is meno un quarto. Okay, so we can use meno going from 15 to 0. More than 15 is not really frequent. So in this case you will say che ore sono? Sono le 9 meno 15 o meno un quarto. Now you see the time change. Sono le 9 meno 19. And if you go ahead, you can say, I'm sorry, sono le 9 meno 14. Sono le 9 meno 13, sono le 9 meno 12, sono le 9 meno 11, sono le 9 meno 10, and so on. But as I said, it's not really frequent. It's better if you just use e. So and. Che ore sono? Sono le 9, no, I'm sorry, in this case it will be sono le 8:50. Ok? Quindi se torniamo indietro, if we go back, sono le 9:45 or sono le 9:03. Now, as I said before, don't worry about AM and PM. Now, Italian, they could use the 24-hour clock. So in that case, you can read this on that table that I put. In that case, it's easy to understand if it's PM or AM, just because you add another like 12 number. So like 1 p.m. in Italian will be 1 plus 12, so becomes 13. Okay? Che ore sono? So if, just to give you an example, even if I said that it's not really frequent, no, let's say like you wanna do this. So, che ore sono? Oh, let me go back one. Okay, let me go back another one because it's coming now. Okay, che ore sono? This is like English 1 p.m. So Italian 1 p.m. means 1 plus 12. So it will be sono le 13. Now, as I said, using the 24-hour clock will make AM and PM very clear. But it's not frequent in Italy. We use actually that time only for the official schedule. Otherwise, everybody just use the 12th number. And they don't really say PM or AM. Che ore sono? Che ora è? 1 p.m. They just say è l'una. Do you know why? Because you understand if you're outside and you see there is light, definitely it's PM. If it's dark, if it's night, it's 1 a.m. So use the number. Sometime, if you want, you can add a time expression to be specific, but as I said, it's not necessary. In any case, I'm gonna give you these four expressions. So let's talk now about AM. So let me move to AM. Okay. If you want to be specific, not just use the simple number, but to be specific and talk about AM, you have two expressions. One is di notte, that means at night, and the other one is in the morning, that means, di mattina. Di mattina, that means in the morning. Let's talk about this time now. Che ore sono? Che ora è? So it's 1, you know that, so you go right away with è. Then you see it's 14, so è l'una e 14. In this case, you want to be specific. You want to add something that give you the idea of AM. You will add di notte. So, è l'una e 14 di notte. Okay. Let's move a little bit. Okay, still AM. Okay. Che ore sono? Or che ora è? Your answer in this case will be, if you want to be specific, sono le 10:14 di mattina. Now, the same thing you can do when you talk about PM. So, let's go to PM. Okay. Che ore sono, or che ora è? Sono le 2:15. You want to be specific? You say, sono le 2:15 del pomeriggio. In the afternoon. So, sono le 2:15 or sono le 2:15, it's the same. Del pomeriggio, that means in the afternoon. Now, there is another expression that means in the evening and is di sera. Okay, so che ore sono or che ora è? Sono le 9 e let me move a little bit like this. Okay. Sono le 9:20 di sera. Sono le 9:20 di sera. So when you add di sera, you add an information that is the equivalent of the English in the evening. Okay.